Morning, everybody. Morning, Mrs. C. Busy day coaching today, plus got loads of editing as always to do. Can't go on my bike today because I've got to take a few computers in just to check something. So I'm going to have to go in the car. So yesterday's question about driver, what price do you want to pay for a driver? It seems to be £200 seems to be what people call an acceptable price. The only thing with that is I remember when drivers were £200 and people used to go, drivers are too expensive! And they would say, oh, people are falling out of golf because it's so expensive. I'm not sure if they use that voice, but for me, drivers are as expensive as you kind of want to pay for them. There are plenty of drivers out there for £200 and I've done tests on them and you'll see. And they do quite well. I feel a little bit sometimes like people are just looking for an excuse with golf, aren't they? Because it is a really hard game. I've seen it for so many years now. But I'm not saying they're not expensive, they are. But they are what they are. It's a business we're talking about, I guess, isn't it? So today's question, how many of you would like to see more match play on European Tour or PGA Tour? Obviously you've got the match play on at the moment, but how many of you would like to see more match play on tour? Because it is an exciting format. Post those comments down below, hit that thumbs up sign while you're down there, and don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Milo. We're on the hunt for £3. Eldest has a disco. We found £3. You can all stop looking now. Right, taking a look at today's swing. We're going to sort these wrist angles out. So we see a set of wrist angles on the way back, which encourage this kind of pattern on the way down, where that club is going to come very much over the hand path. Very much swinging left, I'd imagine, hitting down quite a lot. Complains of not being able to strike the ball very well, and it makes a lot of sense from these wrist angles. He's not been playing long. I think we just need to rethink the way you're trying to sync the club head to your hand path a little bit. You look pretty athletic. I reckon you did some pretty good shots. Right, yesterday's Adam Young winner is going to be chosen by Lali, otherwise known as Milo. So we're going into Facebook. Hello, youngest.
Hi.
Right, here are lots of people who did what they were meant to do. Milo, you choose when you're ready.
Got one.
Got one. You have Jeff. Let's go on to the profile. Jeff Bowman. Jeff Bowman. As one, Jeff Bowman, you will be sent the Adam Young practice manual. Thanks for watching, thanks for favouriting. Hang on, all of those somewhere.
I know why he said that one, because he likes the name Jeff.
He likes the name Jeff. Right, off to the range to teach. So first idea is we're going to have a think about the way you pull the club back and also what you do on your backswing. So you're quite keen to put this pattern in, so hands go out, club comes back set, then take the energies out this way. I want to try and flip that round. So I want you to feel like your hands and the club are coming back, almost feeling like they're on the same paths to begin, because we need to try and get you setting and unsetting in a different way. So more here to here rather than this way. So simple ideas, right hand only, and what I want you to do is just pull that club back kind of like 2 foot away from where the ball would be, and try and face the palm of your right hand, so the fingers inside of your right hand down at where the ball is. So you're going this way, so my palm faces off over there into the distance. I want you to feel like you're just, right hand just pulling back but staying looking at that ball, and you can put both hands on, just do a few half swings, feeling the relationship between your hand pull back and the head pull back. It'll feel more connected, it'll feel more together. And when you put both hands on, it should feel like you want to hinge that club up, setting that club up at a very different angle to where you want to go. Doing this with the right hand, just trying to face it at the ball indoors at the range before you hit shots on the tee when you're playing, really could help drill in a different feeling than what we need on that backswing. Ultimately, try and fix what's going on with the downswing.
great morning of coaching. Very cold out there today, but some big improvements from people today. That was a lot of fun. I'm bloody hungry now though.
Let's answer your questions.
Boy, bruh, my question for you is, over time, do golf clubs just lose their effectiveness? I'm a baseball player, and we always talk about baseball bats lose their pop after you use them for so long. They just don't hit the ball the same way. They've just lost the explosiveness off the bat. And I'm wondering if that same thing happens with golf clubs, both drivers and irons, and if so, about how long will it take till it gets to that point when they start to lose the effectiveness? How many rounds? Obviously, it's going to depend on how hard you hit the ball, but just wondering as a general idea how long you should go before you think about replacing your clubs. Thanks a lot.
Okay, good question. Get this one quite a lot actually. Let's go with drivers. Drivers, my experience with the speeds I'm swinging at around 105 miles an hour. I don't see any deterioration over time and never have done. I know stories of some golfers who have seen deterioration over time, maybe swinging a bit faster. Often those people are looking for excuses though. But not saying they haven't, because I'm sure some drivers, but in general, drivers are okay. Losing their pop, prawns, I think you'll be fine. You'd buy a new one before it loses its pop. We've got Titleist releasing videos at the moment talking about how grooves wear out after 70 something rounds, I think it is, and then you stop losing a certain level of spin. And that can't be just the grooves, it has to be the face as well. They title it as grooves, but it has to be some of the friction on the face, I would guess. So look, think about it this way. If you've got face that is becoming shinier from certain situations, you might find that the spin numbers change. Rough, particularly where you need those grooves to kind of get rid of, channel all the rubbish out. But surely you can learn to adapt to play to your clubs as well. So how many times do you hit a shot and it spins and goes the exact distance you want it to play? Half the time I hit a shot, if it spins and it's too short, I want it to release. Very rarely am I chucking it past the flag and it's spinning back, or chuck it a distance and it stops relative to that spin. So I think the differences are so small, certainly when I've measured them, and even if you watch the Titleist video, it's talking about like 7 or 12 or 10 foot. I mean, if you can control it within 12 foot, good on you. So you could say wedges lose and then irons do a little bit, fairway woods, putters not at all. So it's something I certainly wouldn't worry about. I think if they do lose their pop, I think we're talking really truthfully here about a percentage of the game, let's call it say 1.2% of the whole package, swing, delivery, ball, conditions, luck, all those things. We're talking about those clubs keeping their pop, boils down to 1.2%. For most people, there are much bigger percentage loss. Face the path, strike, angle of attacks, clubs set up incorrectly for lie for them, which will add up to a much bigger percentage of why you're not playing to the skill level or skill set you want to play to. It's not something I would worry about personally. So if you want to win today's Adam Young practice manual, what you need to do is go on my Instagram page, @CrossfieldMark, is like, comment and follow me on Instagram @CrossfieldMark. This post that I'm posting right now, boom, gone. Like that post, give that post one of them. Make sure you post a comment and follow me, and you could win tomorrow's practice manual. Practice manuals every day this week, Monday to Friday. So once you feel you've got a bit of control of that takeaway and backswing, let's think about some ideas on bringing that club back down. So from your old set this way, you've looked like you're comfortable throwing energies this way. We need to get you feeling like the head of the club drops below the path your hands are coming on. This is the best way for you to get the club flinging out down towards the ball at the bottom with some control to face the path and in turn path. So obviously you've got your right hand drill on the way back. Take that club up behind you. Now I'm stood here with this banister up almost touching my backside, so I've got all this room here that I can drop the club into, and I want you to use the banister to help you up to the top of your backswing with your new ideas around that right hand takeaway we did earlier. Then what I want you to do is you turn your body this way, so as you normally would, I want you to just lay the club down on the banister. Now this is much lower than it will get in an actual swing, but this feeling of exaggerating, of feeling that club drop down behind you, is a great way for you to build it into your game. When I'm teaching students, I always love them to overdo an issue. I always love them to show me that they're willing to change by having a go doing it wrong the other side of their incorrect way. So up to the top, we're going to drop it down on the banister, still turning. Now from here, you're just going to let the club slide off the banister and out in front of you to where that imaginary ball is. It's that feeling of getting that club coming from behind your hands, out in front of your hands. So in effect, again, the club hitting the ball, spinning this way, which will transform the way you strike, interact with the ground, and I think hit your shots in general. That with that, hopefully, more constructive takeaway and backswing, I think you'll be hitting some good shots. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, if you want to win that Adam Young practice manual, head over to Crossfield Mark, at Crossfield Mark, my Instagram, like that post, comment on it, and make sure you are following me on Instagram. Someone will be picked tomorrow to win the Adam Young practice manual. I'm having a blooming beer tonight. Paella night tonight. Lovely. So, that's embarrassing. Remember to subscribe to the channel, post your comments down below as always. Let me know your thoughts on match play. Would you like to see more of it from today's question? And remember, keep posting your video questions. You can post them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Just post them on my lines and I will pick them up and keep sending me your swings as well. See you all tomorrow.
He does like the name. He always calls himself Jeff.
Yeah.